Hi, Vicki Crystalline. And so what we're going to talk about today on Facebook Live, we're going to talk about how uh, how we're making this big shift. And it's so funny when I say that we're making this big shift, but every time you tune in with you, you're shifting. Every time you tune in with you, you're shifting. So as you are being more aware with your life, being more present with your life, being more in the now, I don't notice, but I'm seeing it all around me, but the energies are just so intense, so intensified. They are just lighting me up all the way. And truly, each one of us matter. Each one of us who is doing our inner work, returning to ourselves, is, locking in that new consciousness of new earth here as you are even breathing into this experience. So as you are doing, hey Miss Sarah, as you are all doing your processes inside your inner self, you are awakening each moment that you take a breath into the new Gaia. You are actually creating that. And then it starts creating in every cell of you. So every part matters. Every person matters. Every part matters. For we're all returning to why we came here. We're all returning to the light that we are. So as we're doing this, we are letting go of all mask. So many of you might be feeling that you're, letting layers and layers and layers of you go, that you're going through depths and depths of you. And this is perfect. This is, even a shattering apart. Everything's just breaking apart. This is perfect because you are letting go of all those things, all those programs, all those things that you thought you were, to allow yourself to be lighter in your present state. So as you are enlightening to your inner self, as you are taking it, like I teach breath. Let's do that now. Let's bring forth the breath. Hey Philip, how are you doing? Love conquering with you. Oh, connecting with you. Oh, that's so funny. I seen conquering. I love that too. So hey Philip, how are you doing? Appreciate that. So, and I do this, and the reason that I bring forward all these videos and that is because when I was waking up, there was nothing out there. There was no one for me to turn to. And when I went to classes, I paid a lot of money to take these classes. And so I want to give it so freely and to be unlimited and unbound. And there's so many levels of teachers out there. There's so many levels of teachers out there. The thing is that each person that's out there, got their face out there doing kind of the same thing that I am, each person is bringing forth their own frequency. And you are learning your ability by feeling into where they're at. So let's do that now. Feel into where I'm at. So I want you to take a breath. In this breath, feel into your body. I want you to really feel your body. So really take some time right now. Yes, we're doing a lot of onion peeling. Absolutely. Hey, Brenda. Hey, Jacqueline. Absolutely, Jacqueline. We're doing a lot of onion peeling. And so I feel like a whole layer of skin has just, like I've shredded a whole layer of skin of myself. Yeah, right? So we're going to breathe. We're going to breathe through the nose, deep into the heart, deep into the belly, deep into your sexual organs, and lock it into New Gaia. I want you to just focus on the breath. Take these in deep into your, I would say, your feet. Breathe into your feet. And then as you're breathing into your feet, hold it for a moment and then let it out through your mouth. Do these 3 circular breaths. This uplevels everybody's frequency and brings in the frequency that is here and now. So let's do this now. One more time. One more time. Now I want you to feel your body. Feel yourself. lighter, clearer, more present. I speak light language, which is the authentic language of me, so it goes through your chaotic mind and drops into the heart. So whatever is needed there will take place. So just breathe into the light language that I bring forward now. O selene e te solo o koetene. E se kene o te lene e kenai te selene. A salamo a kine e tailene mo. E selene mo a kaine te. A saile ta e koine te salene e kenai ai te selene e kenai ai te. I silene mo akaini te selene mo akai te selene mo ai. I solene ene ko o tene. Right? Feels cozy and comfortable to me, like home. My body feels light up. I feel energy just running through my back system and through my top of my head all the way through my feet. I feel my feet connected into what I would call the lineages of New Gaia here. And I'm just letting the flow to run through me. I am a collective channel, so I channel Airion and Astron from beyond and below. So, wow, I didn't even mean to see that, but that's true. So if they come through, that would be perfect. So what I want to talk about here is what is kind of taking place with all of us. We are all shifting out of an old paradigm. So you are shifting out of your awareness of who you are, what you used to be, what the programs that you carried around. You're shifting out of those programs to become where we are right now in New Gaia. You can feel this in your feet right now. We are becoming better versions of us each day as you are tuning into you. As you are tuning into you, that is being aware, being in the now. Many people ask, well, how do I stay in the now? You can do that by breath, by bringing forth your intentions when you first set up in the morning, by bringing forth intentions as you're walking through your day. As you are bringing forth your intentions, the universe matches that because you're now responding to the universe, and the universe always matches it. So, I love this saying, as this one lady already said that always says, you know, the universe will play with you as long as you're willing to play with it. And this is absolutely accurate. As long as you're willing to play with your universe, your inner self, your beingness, things ignite inside of you. As you were allowing your ignition to take place, we are all doing it differently. And that is to return to the inner being of you, to realize and trust and believe that there is something bigger than you that is this body. Because you are bigger than this body. Your consciousness when you were born is kind of sucked out because your consciousness is so big. So some of the absorption of when you come into the body, it is left behind. We're not carrying, and plus we would not want to carry all that consciousness in. Plus we're here now. The children that are coming in now are coming in with full consciousness. They're doing it kind of differently. You can feel it. Their energies does not match this frequency of the earth, the old earth at all. That's why they're, you know, they label them with so many labels because they're actually higher vibrational beings. They're carrying a lot of new frequencies, a lot of change that's going to happen to this world. As I bring forth the big shift, when I say this, that there is going to be a big shift, we're actually doing it. The big shift is actually happening within each and every one of you. As you are shifting into yourself and truly trusting this process and allowing the shift to happen within you, it will start shifting without of you. Yeah, start shifting out of you, because then whatever is going on in your inner world is the outside is matching it. So if you ever want to know what is going on in your inner world, look at the outside of you. What is going on there? How does it feel when you are in your home? How does it feel? Do you feel chaotic? Do you feel cluttered? And do you feel like you can't breathe? Your environment is showing you what's happening on the inside of you, always, always, always. So it's matching. So as you start shifting and changing inside of you, your environment's going to start shifting. There's things that you're just going to have to start letting go of. You'll get such a pull to them. You'll just like, I can't do this anymore. I don't even know why I got this. I got to let it go. I got to let it go. And then you'll notice that each step that you're going through, that you're becoming a better version of you. As we're tuning in to the better version of us, and you're allowing your frequency to rise, you are stepping onto what I would call the rainbow bridge. When you really start noticing the frequencies, your sensitivity is on, you're always in tune, you do a lot of inner work with yourself every day, every moment. You are more inner than you are outer. You run from your heart source and not from your ego and your mind. When you take this step onto the rainbow bridge, then things start igniting. And I am showing people how to step onto the rainbow bridge. I am a gatekeeper. I'm also showing people how to become the gatekeeper in their life. And I'm also showing people how to bring forth the spark on their life into the new Gaia. A lot of information was brought forward to me a couple months ago, and I've been integrating it, and then they've been showing me all of this is within me, and I'm taking you all there. So as you are shifting and changing inside of yourself, you are shifting and changing on the exterior of you. And what's happening is, it doesn't even matter if you are calling it, you just feel a difference on the outside of you, even though that the energies and everything looks the same. You are like, man, I just feel different here in my home. I feel different in my space. So as you're noticing this, just realize that you're doing incredible work on inside, and be very gratitude and very thankful for yourself. That's another thing too. We're not proud enough for ourselves. We don't give ourselves enough gratitude of what we're doing in this experience. This is everyday work, every moment, every breath. And we have to return to the gratitude of what we're doing, because that is the number one key, to be thankful for what you're doing on your own personal journey. And so as you are returning to your own authentic self, it is returning you to new Gaia. It is returning you to new earth. It is lifting your source self up to the new paradigm. So as you are lifting your frequency, it is automatically happening. So as you are giving gratitude, and you're proud of yourself, and you're thankful, and you send love to yourself, man, that's powerful. That's powerful, because this is everyday work. And we're all doing it. The world is shifting because we're doing our work. And as we're shifting inside of us, our light inside of us starts heightening. It starts radiating out into the new frequency of us. All your light codes that you are carrying inside of you, all the light that is carrying inside of you, all the light sound that is carried inside of you, is then starting to release itself. And then you are connecting into the collective super consciousness of the new Gaia. So then you are doing work, even though you are not realizing that you are doing work. It's just that you feel more free in your life. You're staying more present in your life. You're being more aware of what's taking place in your life. And then the gratitude, and it's just like, wow, I'm just so thankful. I'm so thankful, Vicki, that you are doing it, that you're trusting this crazy, crazy, incredible journey, because there's a lot of crazy parts. A lot of it looks really crazy. And I understand why they put people in the mental ward, because I truly believe mental health is that they have completely they are completely open to their authentic self, but nobody has showed them how to harness that. So they're lost in between dimensions. So, but the medication that they give them, some of them are just so lost. You know what I mean? And I have some of that in my family. But anyway, I don't believe the labels that they put on the mental health. I don't believe any of that. So, but it's all right, because each part of it is bringing forth its own individual lesson in service to its, to its own, receiver of that, because everybody's receiving everything differently. That's why we're all receiving this. We're just all going through lessons of life. We're just doing it in the same space. So as we're igniting to who we truly are, you're starting to connect to the grid of who you are. So then what happens is, synchronicities start happening, numbers start happening, things start showing up in your life. You're like, I'm thinking about it and it's showing up. How is this happening? And then the blueprints of your DNA start surfacing. And then you're just staying in this state of allowance. Because that's where we're all going, is being in a state of allowance of your true authentic self. And that can be hard because there's many layers to get there. Many layers to get to that. Kelly, hey, sweetheart, my sister. Yes, worry over physical health, no worries, no mental health, spiritual well-being. Absolutely. When you worry about something, you're just adding to that. When you're worried about that for somebody else, you're adding to their stuff. So say you see somebody that has a traumatic event and you send, oh man, I feel really bad. You're adding to that. You're adding to that lower vibration. No, I send them love. It's going to be all right. I just know it's going to be all right. Don't add to it. Because you are learning your own abilities. That's where I teach people. I teach people their own abilities of what you're doing with your body, with your words, with your energy, with your frequencies. So as we're all becoming the highest versions of us, as you're tuning into the blueprints of new Gaia, which is here and now, you all matter. You all matter. Even if, say, somebody commits suicide, there's still another version of that being here that is holding the light for that being's energy. Even if somebody is choosing to stay awake, there is still another part of that being who is choosing to stay awake that is holding the light for new Gaia here now. So even if those people that are not, you're not seeing them as awake, or you're seeing them different than what you should be seeing them, you're adding judgment to it. They are here to show the reflection of what you need to still heal. But there are still other versions of them that may even look completely different, that are holding the light of their frequency, their energy. So it is always exchanging. There is just not one version of you here. There's many versions of you here. As you are returning to the multiverse being that you are, as you're allowing the full frequency of you to expand into the full consciousness, all these versions of you start connecting. Well, then you start having glimpses of other lifetimes. Things start connecting. This seems weird. This seems crazy. You think that you're making up shit. No, it's real shit. And I'm telling you, it's real stuff. You are connecting into other versions of you at that moment in time. Do not, and I have to say that for my own practice, for my own awareness, as you're going through this, do not connect to that energy. Just allow it to unfold, because I have connected as I've had past lives come up, and I'll connect to the energy because you'll feel the emotion so bad and you connect and then you'll hold on to it. And I did. I held on to it for a couple of days and I kept having visions of vision. Well, what I do now is I let it unfold, that vision unfold, but I'm in observer mode. I'm just allowing it to happen, and I send light and love to it. And then I take on whatever the light is needing here for my highest and best, and I let go of all the rest. So as you are learning different parts of you, as you are learning different aspects of you, because you are really truly returning to the multiverse being you are, no matter how you look at it. It doesn't matter if you believe it or not. It's real. It truly is real. So you're seeing different aspects of you. And because I want to say that the veil between all dimensions is lightened up, that's so thin, it's easier, it's merging faster, it's happening like, it's just like gliding. Even in moments that, like the video today, when I had this moment, I really went into a dark space of me. I really truly went into a dark space of me today, because and you guys can watch the video of that, because I don't even want to bring it forward, but it's, it's the multiverse being of me, and you can watch that video on Vicky Crystal Lynn, and it's that merging. And in my darkness of me, I was seeing myself kill my cat. That's not me. I was freaking out. I was scared and having joy at the same time. I could not believe it, but it was actually happening. But I really watched the video because it really shows how crazy this experience can look, but it's really happening. It truly, truly, truly is happening. So as we're going through these experiences and you're allowing yourself to be the lightest version of you, you start noticing that what's happening with my experience is I feel like I'm in a floating state. I have to keep constantly grounded, I just feel like I'm floating through each day. Like each day I'm just floating, and then it's like, oh my God, there's a bump in the road, and then it just takes my attention, and then it's just like, it just drops in so powerfully. Well, we are energetic and we are learning constantly, constantly, constantly. So you're never going to be in a constant state of one energy, because you're in and out of the state in energy, because energy moves. You are here to shift and change. So as you're going in and out of these depths, they are, how are you going to focus upon it when it comes up? Even when I had this about my cat that I wanted to kill, I had a lot of fear. I went through the emotion and I dealt with it. I knew it was a past life of me. I knew it was happening at the same moment, because everything is actually happening right now. Every one of your lifetimes, everything is happening right now. There is no actual time. There is no such thing. We have made it up to fit it into our life. So, and even in my awareness, I run more from the moons than I do my own calendar. If I didn't have rent and bills, I wouldn't even know that calendar. My calendar runs from the moon cycles. I feel it. I can feel that my body and my energy runs from how the moon is, moving the energy, and the sun and the moon. And watch that, because if you watch the sun and the moon, you will notice when you will start having highs and dips into your darkness. You will notice that, because the moon and the planets are aligning for that, because it's part of you. So it makes it easier for your experience, because everything has lined up for it. So even like right now, we're in the new year, we're lining up into the new paradigm of us, into the new, wow, that's so funny, they're saying blueprint of us for this year. This is going to be a changing year, and I feel worldwide. I feel that on the awakening schedule is what's bringing forward, but on the awakening wave is what I wanted to say, is that there's waves of us waking up. And you are constantly waking up. You're not just waking up and then you're just completely fully awake. Now there are beings that are that. And I send love to all that. I wanted that in the beginning. I'm so glad now that I didn't, because I could see why somebody could go completely chaotic, because they're seeing angels, gods, you know what I mean? And if you didn't understand that, that could be scary. And when people are telling you, you shouldn't hear voices. Everybody hears voices in your mind. Everybody does. That's just a stupid program. So somebody made up something. A lot of people believed it. So the thing is that where was I going? Man, I felt like I lost myself. Yeah. Breathe, Vicky. Right? Hello, hey. Hey, Kelly, plants, trees, everything. Everything is connecting to us. Everything is a part of us. Everything. You're absolutely right, sister. Everything is a part of us. Everything. So as you're connecting into the highest part of you, your world is going to shift. Mine did 3 years ago. I walked away from everything I had and to a complete allowance of allowing my experience to unfold and be. And the universe always provides. That looks crazy, even to me, and scary at moments, but the universe always provides. And I went into a new programming completely. Even the person I was, I would have to say, even last night to waking up to this morning, is a better version of me. I call that forward. And that's what you're doing. You're always growing into a better version of you every day, as you are staying in tune to yourself. So you are connecting into the blueprints of this year of yourself, the highest dimensional self that there is. Because I always call forward the highest dimensional, highest potential of myself. And so I could feel myself lying to this grid of myself as everything is going. And so then I stay in a state of flowing, and then as my day shows up and things start showing up on the ripple side, it's just on how are you going to focus what shows up in front of you. Everything, that's all it is. Everything shows up to you. How are you going to focus upon it? And you will hold that focus until you don't, until you feel nothing from it. And a lot of times after I'm going through and let go of a lot of stuff, I remember nothing of it. Nothing. Even my daughters or somebody will say somebody, I don't remember any of that. And I truly don't, because I don't hold anything. Every day I clear my day, I clear my life. So I don't hold anything of yesterday, it's tomorrow's, because our bodies hold enough, and I allow my body to be the clearest vessel without any programs or anything of me that I think that should be. I allow it all to be clear, to run radiant and free. That's true freedom, to let your energy run free and just to trust this process. And it's scary. I know. I dealt with it. But I keep trusting the process. It keeps showing up for me. So as you're returning to the highest and better version of you, things are shifting and changing. There's no way it cannot. So I send love. If you guys have any questions, let me know. I'm gonna sign off here on Vicky Crystal Land. I send love to all of you. Subscribe. Wow, this overwhelming love just came to me. I send love to all of you. May you all be blessed.